Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Lara Trump. That's me, wanted for questioning. They're coming from you. Ready to see what you got today. First question. Okay, who are your top choices for President Trump's vice president in 2024? A lot of people like this question. A lot of people try to get me to kind of like spill the details on this and really air it all out. Here's what I'll say. I'll say that there are a couple of interesting people, and I've talked about this before. We're really fortunate because on the Republican side, look at the field we have. Look at how many people are actually running for president. And oftentimes you kind of look to those people initially for a potential running mate whenever you're the presidential nominee. We got a great slate of people. We have really strong conservatives on our side, people who love this country, people who are willing to fight for this country. Now, none of them are Donald Trump, and that is why he is the obvious nominee here. But I'll tell you somebody who keeps coming up in conversation with just a whole variety of different people, because this individual has really surprised people. Vivek Ramaswamy. I don't think anybody gave this guy a chance at all. Whenever he got into the race, I had the opportunity to deal with Vivek several times one-on-one. I think he is an incredibly smart guy. I think anybody that discounted him in any way was sorely mistaken, because obviously he gets it. He understands this country. He's anti-woke culture, and that's what he's been about for quite some time. And I didn't mind that he threw out some rap at the Iowa State Fair. I'm a big fan of that. It's how I like to get down to Vivek. Karaoke, rap, whatever. I'm here. I'm available for it. But without saying who my picks are, I do think that he has been a very strong candidate himself and surprised a lot of people. I just saw today that his fundraising numbers came out, and he is at like 19.4 million dollars or something raised. Now 15 of that I think he gave to himself as a loan personally, but nonetheless has been a very surprising guy. There are so many good people to choose from. And the good news is, when it comes to Donald Trump, he's not doing the old, let me do the virtue signaling garbage that they do on the Democrat side. When he chooses a running mate, he wants to choose someone who actually is the best person for that position, whether it's a man, whether it's a woman, whether they happen to be a minority, whether they don't happen to be a minority. That has no bearing on any decision-making whatsoever. It is always about the best person for the job. So rest assured, whoever that person might be, you're going to get the best candidate possible to run alongside Donald Trump in 2024. And that's all I'll say. Next question. Okay. Oh, when are you recording again? In Boca. Oh, did we meet in Boca? There's a little studio, little known, maybe it's well known, I don't know, in Boca Raton. It's about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic, south of where I currently am right now. And it's a nice little setup down there. And sometimes when I want to do in-person interviews with people, when people are able to actually physically be in the same space as I am, we go on down to Boca and do it. So I don't know. We have a lot of great people, I think, slated for this show. And there are some of them I have in mind that I think might be a good option for down there at the Boca in-person studio. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned for that. I mean, as much as we like this backdrop with our right view over here, love it. I think that we'll be back there before you know it, for too long. Thank you. Next question. Top 3 concerts you've ever attended. Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, all right. Now this one is going back. Probably, I think the first real concert I ever attended was a Christina Aguilera concert. Yes, this is like way back. I don't even know how old I was. And the fact that my parents actually let me go to this without them physically there kind of shocks me. I must have been in high school. So I really remember that one very vividly. That was a very big deal. I went with my best friend growing up, Laura, Laura. Can you imagine that? Lara and Laura, imagine. It was just a nightmare whenever we met people. The next one that comes to mind is probably an Eagles concert that I went to with my dad. So I grew up listening to the Eagles, Fleetwood Mac. I also went to a Fleetwood Mac concert, which was awesome. I went to the Eagles and with my dad because I grew up listening to the Eagles with him, and some of my favorite music. I love that whole era of music, and the Eagles are amazing. Like, what a classic band. But to be able to go to that concert with my dad, sing the songs together, like, how cool. And it was actually right before COVID. This was like 2 or 3 weeks before the whole world shut down. And so obviously the memory of it is great because right after that, we were all just sitting at home. So that wasn't fantastic, obviously, but loved that Eagles concert. And then, gosh, I feel like there have been so many. I would like to say the Dixie Chicks, but I know they hate us. I grew up on their music, and I did go to one of their concerts, and I liked it. But because they're like such a bunch of sourpusses, I'm not even going to put them in the running. I guess they're called the Chicks now. Maybe I haven't yet seen the best one. You know, another good one? I went to see Celine Dion in Las Vegas 4 years ago now because I was pregnant with my daughter. And obviously, we know what happened to Celine Dion since. She has this horrible condition where she's unable to sing, unable to perform. And so I kind of feel like maybe I got to see one of the last great performances of Celine Dion, and what an epic singer she is and what a great performance she gave. So shout out to Celine. I heard Shania Twain is going to be in Vegas next summer, so I'll probably have to check that out. Those are my top 3. All right, next question. Do you think you have what it takes to fight in the UFC? No, I really don't. Here's the thing. I like to challenge myself in a lot of really crazy physical ways. So I'm happy to go do like a Spartan race, a triathlon, some sort of a CrossFit style event. I mean, you put me out there, like tell me we're going to do like a 20-mile hike straight up a mountain and on a glacier, and I'm jazzed about it. Want to row across, the ocean somewhere? Sign me up. The thing about the UFC is, I mean, you come out of that with like some serious damage, nor have I actually properly trained for something like that. I'll tell you what I would do. I would start training in jiu-jitsu in some way, because I kind of feel like I've been watching my kids now. I feel like this is all I talk about, jiu-jitsu. I've been watching my kids now for about a year doing this, and I think I understand a lot of the moves. I'm always over there on the sideline telling my son to certain takedown, do an arm bar, Americana. I got them all. It's all up here. And so I feel like if I was able to put that into practice and like actually do it, I mean, I've never tried, but I think I might be okay at it. So that I would do. UFC, I don't know. I don't want all this messed up. I try really hard. I put sunscreen on every day. I try to wear hats, trying to keep this looking nice. Getting punched right in the face. I mean, that's tough. It's a tough look. Tough to go out on TV looking like that. So that might be a bridge too far for me. Never say never, but I would try to do something maybe in the jiu-jitsu arena. So stay tuned. We'll see. Okay. Next question. Oh, why do you never tell the truth? You are nothing but a big mouth of misinformation. Oh, well, you probably live in your mom's basement. The sad thing is that people they really believe this. And I know this because people very close to my family, and I won't say who this is, actually have bought into some of this misinformation about us out there. Look, all I'm doing is speaking the truth. If you want facts about when Donald Trump was president, about what the economy was doing, about where our gas prices were, about the peace agreement signed, trade agreement signed, peace through strength all around the world, that is something I can talk about. And those are cold, hard facts. That's how I'm operating. The problem is, on the other side of things, within the fake news media, they don't care if anything is true or false. They will take anything, spin it around, and try to use it to target all of us, to try and make us all look like a bunch of crazy people who really shouldn't be given, any ounce of of anything. Like we just don't matter and everything we're saying is false. It's not false. You can go look it up. You can look up the facts for yourself. I'm sure you won't do that. But the problem is, sir or ma'am, you have probably been getting your information from bad sources. The individuals I'm speaking of that are very close to my family happen to get a lot of their information from MSNBC. Guess what they had never heard of? They had never heard that the Biden family got any money from China. What, are you kidding me? Tens of millions of dollars to Joe, to Hunter, to the nieces and nephews, to the grandkids. There's proof of all of this. Money from Russia, money from Kazakhstan, money from Ukraine. They didn't know anything about this. So the problem is, if you are getting information from a source that only wants you to see their very skewed perspective of things, and these people happen to hate Donald Trump, which most of them do, then yeah, you probably think I'm spreading misinformation. The problem you have, sir, ma'am, is that you can go look it up and you can see that everything I'm saying is based in fact and it is based in truth. And that's how we operate on this side of the aisle. It's not about emotions, it's about facts. And I wish you a good day. Thank you very much. Next question. Okay. Oh, what is the worst TV show you watch? You know, there's something very, that kind of draws me in with Dr. Pimple Popper. I know it's disgusting. I agree. It's kind of gross. I want to look away. Sometimes I'm even maybe having a little snack or something. And it's late night in my kitchen. I'm scrolling through. Dr. Pimple Popper's on. And I stop on it. And I'm like, wow, that is gross. But then I got to see what happens. There's like a boil on the side of somebody's head. Where does that go? What happens from there? I want to see the after. I love a good before and after. And so that's probably, up there with some of the worst shows. And I don't intend on watching it. It's like I'm scrolling through the guide and I'm like, oh, let me just see what's going on here. See what kind of skin problem these people may have. And then I stop and I end up watching a whole episode. I don't know if you call it like trashy TV or not. I love like a Naked and Afraid episode. This is another one that don't count me in for this because I would be out the second you got the bugs involved. Forget it. If I were on one of these challenges, let me tell you, I am taking the mosquito net with me. There are a lot of uses for that. You can cover yourself with it. So God bless, I could sleep at night, because if there is one mosquito in the room with me at night, that's it. I'm up all night, forget it. So imagine all of these bugs on me. It's just not going to happen. You could also use that as a potential fish net. There's a lot of uses for these nets. So if I'm ever called on one of those challenges, which I hope I am not, because man, I got to be comfortable and clean when I sleep. That's how I'm going. So I do like a Naked and Afraid show every now and again. Okay. Next question. Oh, who in your family are you the most like and why? I guess it depends which family. If we're talking about like my family, like my mom, dad, brother, I'm probably a lot like my dad. I think I'm a good combo actually of both my mom and my dad. My mom is just about the sweetest, nicest, most good-hearted individual you'll come across on this planet. She is just, the best of the best. Great, great person, great human being. And I aspire to even come, within one 1,000th of what my mom is in that space, which that's a hard one to live up to because she's the greatest. My dad, though, is a little stubborn. He doesn't like to take no for an answer. If there's a line, he's always kind of like teetering on crossing it, but he just wants to like go hard on things. And I kind of feel like I got that from him. All of my athletic endeavors, all the crazy stuff that I've kind of found myself doing, I'm going to attribute that to my dad. And so, yeah, I'm going to say for Eric Trump's sake, it's a great combination to have, because I do try to be a good, kind person. I really do strive to be like my mom, who's got the greatest heart on the planet Earth. But I do have a lot of my dad in me, and it gives me like some sort of a crazy drive to achieve the things that I want to achieve. And when I set my mind on a goal, I mean, I'm going after it and I'm going hard. So shout out to Bob and Linda for all of it. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Within the Trump family, oof, I don't know. I don't know that I'm really like anybody. And maybe that's the unique nature of all of it, is that I really am sort of a different individual than anyone else in my family. I will say that my husband is a lot like my father-in-law when it comes to real estate and golf. Like, those two don't even have to speak. It's actually amazing to watch them work sometimes whenever they're on a golf course and maybe they're laying out a new hole on the golf course. You know, they're extending something or they're manipulating it in some way. They don't even have to speak. It's like they both know what's going on right there in that moment. And the rest of us are like, are you guys talking about something? But they just know. They know it in business. They know it in real estate. They know it with the golf courses. And he certainly, my husband, has that sense about him. So yeah, but I can't say I'm much like anybody in the Trump family except myself. All right, well, that'll do it for us here at Lara Trump Wanted for Questioning. Great questions today. Thank you for all of them. Please send us more. You can post it under this episode. You can go to any of our social media and ask us questions there. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and follow. And we'll see you back here next time for more of Lara Trump Wanted for Questioning. So I'm like a lot of people. I love to wear an Apple Watch, but I hate how it looks. And I scoured the internet to search for the best looking Apple Watch cases I could find, and I found it. goldandcherry.com. They have absolutely beautiful watches, as you can see here. Everything is waterproof. Everything looks good with different outfits. You can get sporty, you can get fancy, but they are great quality, made out of Delaware in the United States of America. And they have been kind enough to give me a promo code that I can share with you if you want to get your hands on one of these as well. It's Lara T, L-A-R-A-T is the promo code to get yourself a discount at goldandcherry.com. And not only do they make Apple Watch cases, they also make great products for iPads and iPhones, keyboards, your desktop, everything you could possibly need. goldandcherry.com. Use promo code LARAT so you can get yourself one of these today too. At The Right View, we're very proud of the fact that we are independent. We get to say everything that we think and everything that we feel. We have no woke companies guiding us or telling us what we can and cannot say. We are always going to shoot you straight and give you the facts as we know them. And that's why it's important to support independent outlets like The Right View. My name is Lara Trump, and I think Mike Lindell is a patriot. He is someone who loves this country, is willing to fight for this country. I love MyPillow because not only are MyPillows made in the USA by American workers, but they're great products, and they're so great that not only do I use them in my own bed at night, my children actually requested. My daughter the other day went to the closet and pulled out a MyPillow and said, "This is the pillow that I want to sleep with." And I gotta tell you, she loves it and will have nothing to do with any other pillow. So it's a big hit around our house. My dogs also happen to sleep on MyPillow dog beds. So all around the Trump household, we're big fans. If you go to mypillow.com today and use promo code Trump, again, promo code Trump, you will not only save money, but you will help us continue this show and other shows like it and help us continue the fight for the future of America. Inflation has impacted all of our lives. I don't think anyone can go to the gas pump or the grocery store without noticing that it is a major factor. And unfortunately, it's not going anywhere. It doesn't seem like it's going down in the way that we would like it to. And one way to protect your money is by investing in precious metals, gold and silver. That's always been a great way to make sure that you keep your money and you keep it safe. When you go to bh-pm.com, use promo code Trump. That way, if you decide you want to invest in gold and silver, you'll save yourself a little bit of money. We live in a time that's very interesting. A lot of us out there feel like a lot of our rights are slipping away. And if you're like I am and you want to have the right to choose whether or not to have a vaccine, how to live your life freely, and you're looking for a great doctor, I've heard amazing things about Dr. Sherwood. He's somebody who you should really check out and check into, and it'll help support this program and keep us going. So go to Sherwood.tv and use promo code Trump. Again, Sherwood.tv and use promo code Trump. You can save yourself some money and help us keep our program going.